Thunder collided in what was an old-fashioned shootout in the OKC Corral. It was a physical contest that eventually went down to the wire. Led by the highest-scoring duo in the NBA, the Thunder rolled to a close, hard-fought victory at home. Tonight, the rematch, this time in our house. It's time for redemption. Hornets, Thunder, next. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. They're brought to you by 7-Up. 7-Up ridiculously bubbly for the visiting OKC Thunder. We'll get to them in just a moment. For the Hornets, Chris Paul and Marco Bellinelli in the backcourt. Marco coming off a season-high 22 CP3 among the league leaders in several categories, including assist-to-turnover ratio. Look at David West, 25 points. He is the club leader, averaging just under 19 per contest. Those are your starters for the 14-7 Hornets. Now for the visitors, Russell Westbrook at the point, the reigning Western Conference Player of the Week. Put up a near triple-double average during that stretch. Cabo Cephalosha, one of the better defenders at the two-guard spot, but the leading scorer in the league is the guy you want to focus on, Kevin Durant, averaging just under 28 points per contest, and Ibaka fills in for the injured Kristich. Scott Brooks is in his third season. He's in there somewhere, folks. He has led the Thunder to a 15-8 record this year. His career mark is 87-87 overall in 3 complete seasons after taking over in 2008. To get his 4th point already. Stay down for David.
Hey, good look. Nice drive by Trevor.
Durant above the arc over Ariza. Drills the 3. 4-2 Thunder. Here's Durant. Ariza's got a heck of an assignment. Leading scorer, Kevin Durant, inside the elbow and delivers his 5th point.
Well, I'd rather see him make him put it on the floor to score than just catch and shoot. He's got pretty good at that.
Cut to Warren. The ball finds West. Now Ariza. Nice ball fake. And now it's the side of the backboard as the shot blocker arrived late. Westbrook with a pretty move. Slicing through the Hornets defense.
We talked about him on Mayberry. He is from Oklahoma.
In 3-point percentage. The entire team at 44%. The starting backcourt at 47% also, of course, leads the NBA. Maybe a surprising number.
So that's a surprise.
Productive, especially during this holiday season. It is, you know, Hugo has some friends with him today. The fur fraternity party at the High. Some of the local school mascots. I believe Boudreaux from the Zephyrs also in the house. Jeff Green heads to the line to see Mike 6.
Well, if that were Mike 6, that'd be like maybe mascots -3.
That's right.
Hornets made the Thunder pay.
10th block of the season for Smith, and that might have been his best. Westbrook quieting the crowd just a bit as he gets deep in the lane for the short jumper.
The defense deal with him so he could find someone to pass off to.
Westbrook trying to finish with the offhand and got fouled. So he'll visit the line. Try to cut into the 5-point.
Back to inside the lane with the illegal D.
Saw Chris Paul getting on the bike, which he does to try to loosen up before he's about to come back in a ball game. Westbrook's second chance opportunity. That'll be their 6th second chance point.
With 4:17 left in the second quarter. Hornets up 49-45. Welcome back to the Hive, everybody. Victor Howell courtside. And
3rd team foul. Bellinelli, no. Falling away. Bellinelli just 2 for 5 here in the first half. Westbrook finds Durant for 3. Always dangerous. 13 for Durantula.
As we talked about, you want to make him put the ball on the floor. Make him have to dribble his way into a shot.
And the Hornets turn it over in the backcourt.
When you don't, but he gives you the ball back.
After CP got his league-leading 67 steals, second to the ballgame. Westbrook angling down the alley, protecting the ball and then finishing. Then could not deliver.
Well, you're seeing a little bit stiffer defense being played by Oklahoma City, so you got to use some backdoor cuts to take advantage of them trying to overplay you a little bit.
2 minutes into the second half here in New Orleans. Westbrook for 3. Got it. It's only his 7th made 3-pointer on the season out of bounds.
Well, you want to make sure if you're the Hornets, you don't start turning it over. This is a young bunch who would like to get out and run, and your mistakes is what they will use to get out with. And you want to make sure you get something out of every possession against these guys.
Only 8 turnovers in the first half by New Orleans, but 2 already here in the third quarter. Westbrook's floater, goaltending by Benga.
Now, and I don't know if that really was goaltending or not, but the definition you always hear, they're not going to let you come from under the basket and block a shot. And that's what DDA did. He came from under the basket to block a shot. They're not going to give you that just as a general rule in the NBA, so you can't do that.
Westbrook leading the Thunder with 18 points. West already with 20 in this game, and we're only 4 minutes into the second half. Here's Bellinelli. Aggressive dribble drive. Dumped it off to no one. That's a traveling violation because he caught his own pass.
Got to finish that. You got to finish that. You might get a foul, and even if they block it, if the big guy comes to block your shot, then the guy he was guarding can follow you for a stick back.
Monty Williams told us in his pregame chat with the media that he wants Marco to play aggressively. He said prior to Wednesday, it had been about 2 weeks since he'd seen it. He liked that drive, there's no doubt, but he has to continue to play like that.
Well, there's a couple of reasons. You play aggressively like that, people are going to play off of you, and then as good a shooter as he is, that means it'll open up his jump shot opportunities.
Durant looked like he was in between a layup and a dunk and missed. Turnover Hornets, not in between this time as KD has 15.
Well, DJ Binga did not know what Trevor Ariza was going to do. But finished with a dunk. I mean, you take that shot.
Wow. 5 turnovers. And Westbrook buries his second 3 of the quarter. Game-high 21 points. Much to the chagrin of the Hornet head coach. Westbrook has done his own damage. A game-high 21. And like the old Western shootout, you put the guns back in the holster after you make
assist. But that's a really good high-low play with David and Ariza.
Ariza trying to shadow Durant as he ran all the way from the perimeter underneath to the opposite wing.
He was chasing him.
Durant with the drive, reverse layup, and scores. See what hard work away from the ball will do.
Yeah, but
it's defending with Smith. So he comes to the ball. Now faces up Smith. 5 on the clock. Turns the corner on Smith. Avoids Bellinelli. That looks like the league's top scorer to me.
You got to force him out farther than that, Bob. He can't. You cannot let him have the basketball. Throws. He's got 3 rebounds and 3 assists. 13 points. The minutes are key too because he's given Chris Paul ample opportunity to rest. So good game for Jerry Jack,
who has outscored the Thunder bench by 3 on his own. Westbrook just got his 23rd point of the ball game on 8 of 14 shooting. Near double personal. So the Thunder, after the timeout, broke the deadlock and now get it back on the turnover. Jack denied Westbrook initially. He got it back, lays it in, and the foul. CP was about to come back in prior to that play to Russell Westbrook.
Well, Russell Westbrook is fearless and he's a strong guy that loves to attack the rim. And if he gets an opportunity to dunk it on you, he will. This time, no dunk, but he gets to the rim, scores, and celebrates.
Game high, 25 for Westbrook. We had 25 in their Wednesday win against Minnesota. 3-point play completed. And now after 3, and a pair of 7-0 runs have us tied again with 5:15 remaining. Durant over Ariza, good. Durant has played over 40 minutes today. He's got 23 points. Durant doubled. Wants somebody else to take the shot. Cephalosha finds Westbrook above the arc. Stop and pop, fouled by Paul, and the basket. A circus shot by Russell Westbrook. Durant rattles in the first free throw. That was a critical one because it makes it a 2-possession game with 9.7 seconds left. And Durant just acted like the game was over, slapping those hands together.
He's not the guy you want to foul, but you don't have time to choose who you want to foul.
Leads the league at 27.6 points per game. He has 25. More importantly, he has tied his season high with 6 assists and much more of a facilitator than in previous games we've seen him, and makes it a 5-point advantage for the Thunder.
Well, it's not insurmountable, but you certainly got to score, and then you've got to hope for a mistake.
So the Hornets who won here over Detroit on Wednesday